I got a Daisy feeling. I got a Daisy feeling. Yeah.
All right, it's finally here, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. You guys, thanks so much for joining. I'm Javi Kawai. If you haven't done so already, please do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. In the interest of full disclosure, in light of everything going on right now, this is not paid for by Warner Brothers or DC. This is just my opinions on the trailer, my critiques. I don't ever take money for trailer reactions. Just want to put that out there. I did get flown out to Australia for the first Aquaman film for a couple of days. Aquaman, to say the least, has a special place in my heart because of that experience. So there might be some bias there. Just want to admit that before even watching this. I have heard some things about this movie that haven't been the greatest, but I still will go into this neutral or optimistic. Here we go.
4 years ago, I was basically unemployed. A wanderer with no home. But now, I'm a husband and a father, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't know how you did it, Pops.
I was glad that they resisted the temptation to have that moment where the baby pees on him, because that's the expected joke that you always see.
I don't know how you did it, Pops. My job was a little less stressful than yours. Oh yeah, I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis. 500 million people from every known species in the sea call this place home. But that doesn't mean they all like me. I'm gonna kill Aquaman and destroy everything he holds dear. I'm gonna murder his family and burn his kingdom to ash.
He must be stopped, or a global meltdown is imminent.
I think I know someone who might be able to help us. Ooh, you look rough. Good job, little brother. High five.
Do not call me brother. I cannot believe you let this happen.
Oh, I didn't even recognize him with all that facial hair.
King builds bridges, right?
True king builds bridges.
We need to find Manta.
He's different now. He's stronger than before.
It's the Black Trident.
Oh.
In King Atlan's time, there
All
were
right.
7 kingdoms. The Trident was a curse upon them all.
That's very Lord of the Rings.
Trident's dark magic is spreading.
He means to end the bloodline.
I don't know what lies ahead, but we can't leave our children a world without hope.
You're not as bad at this as you think. If you lead, the 7 kingdoms will follow.
You gotta get her in there. That was an interesting way to conclude the trailer. You know, usually you have this sort of crescendo and there's something epic to just some kind of last hurrah in the trailer, and then like a joke, something to close out on as like a that's clever. It sort of fizzled out at the end of the trailer, but there's a lot of stunning visuals in this. You're getting more of what you got the first time around, and this time you're pairing up the villain from the first film with our hero, and that's interesting. I wonder how much of this is reshoots. I honestly haven't paid that much attention to the ongoings of, you know, the troubles or, you know, successes of Aquaman while shooting, editing, showing it to audiences. I have heard some things about, you know, people's feelings about the you know, at the focus tests or whatever it's called, the early screenings. But I see this and I go, you know, I'm getting along the lines of what I was expecting based off the first movie. You had some jokes, you had some adventure that felt kind of Indiana Jonesy, lots of spectacle and a huge war sequence. You're getting that again, you know, except it's bigger. It still looks like fun. It still looks like a good time. And I think that's what matters at the end of the day. I'm not looking for an Oscar-winning screenplay. I'm just looking for entertainment, you know, check my brain at the door. That's what this was, a check my brain at the door kind of thing, entertainment. Obviously, it's great when it's elevated beyond check your brain at the door entertainment, but I don't think that's the goal here. And so I'm not expecting beyond that. The actor who played the villain in the first one, who's also from like The Nun or one of that horror film series, I forgot his name, but I met him at the Aquaman premiere very briefly in the stairway at the bathroom. He was nice to me, and so I appreciated that. Patrick Wilson is who I'm thinking of. Yahya Abdul Mateen II. He is an actor who I didn't like him too much in the first movie, but when I watched him in other stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's really, really good. I don't know why I didn't like him as much in that. And seeing him here, I'm actually excited to see what he brings this time around. I believe where I started to turn around with him might have been Watchmen, the HBO show. And I just thought he did such a fantastic job. I didn't love Matrix, but I thought what he did a pretty good job in the Matrix Revolutions or whatever it's called. Resurrections, sorry. It's nice to see him back. And you know, what little we got of him here in the trailer, I'm like, yeah, I feel like this is more in line with what I have come to appreciate about him. So we saw a little bit of the herd. That was interesting. It's hard not to notice that she's not in the trailer too much. So I just want to, you know, say it. I'm wondering how much of the whole, you know, Depp versus Heard thing affected her presence in this movie. In court, I forgot who it was, the guy who was head of Warner Brothers at the time was like, the amount she's in the movie was always going to be the amount she's in the movie. Had nothing to do with all this. It was just that she wasn't liked very much to begin with. I'm like, okay. But she's in here a little bit. I guess she's locked up somewhere, but she's still in the movie a little bit. I'm wondering where that's going, how much weight that holds in the course of the story. In lieu of having her, you know, because she was the sidekick adventurer. I don't know if that's any way to put it, but you know what I mean. She was the one who was accompanying Jason Momoa in the adventures in Aquaman 1. And so instead we have Patrick Wilson, which I think actually makes for a more interesting journey, truth be told, because they hated each other, or they were totally at odds with each other, and so now they're forced to work together. I think that's actually very interesting. That's a cool place to go. I'm actually curious to see how that plays out. I was a tad surprised that Nicole Kidman didn't say, because here they are. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if you haven't been to an AMC theater. AMC movies always have Nicole Kidman at the beginning of the film. You know, I was expecting something along the lines of that, you know, epic AMC speech. Our heroes feel like the best parts of us, and stories feel perfect and powerful. I like Nicole Kidman. I think she's fantastic. But I can't help but associate her forever with that AMC ad. And so when I saw her in this, I'm like, oh, is she gonna do this? Is it gonna be like that? I feel like, you know, James Wan came back to do what he did the first time around, which is, you know, make a fun adventure. And it's full of comedy, it's full of spectacle, and it's full of action. And those are the three things I'm looking forward to with this. I hope that it's entertaining. I hope that it's enjoyable. But, you know, you don't know until you see it. So I'm going to hold out a modicum of hope and be cautiously optimistic based on everything, all the rumblings I've heard, all the rah-rah. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So you guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Let me know your feelings in the comments below. I'm Jabby Kway. Peace out.